we would like to invite him to provide some words to encourage us in our challenge and our efforts. He is here with his lovely wife, and look, the presence seems that God has blessed them with this gift of child, 2 gifts of child. So let's give an opportunity for Councilman to come up and join and address us, please.
Well, thanks, and hola, West Long Beach. And it's a pleasure to be here in West Long Beach. And as you can see, I do have 2 young ones coming up. Well, you know, residents of Long Beach, the time has come, I believe, for a change. You know, a change from the dirty growth that we've seen in the goods movement industry, in which growth comes at the expense of our neighborhoods, to truly green growth, where growth comes along with significant improvements in our environment, particularly right here in West Long Beach and local neighborhoods. This proposal, which was released yesterday, is not green growth. This proposal is more of the same. For that reason, I remain opposed to this project, as I have been for 14 months of being on City Council. And let me tell you, I fully expect the City Council to join me in opposition to this project as we discuss it in the coming months. You know, upon taking office, I asked city staff what was being done in preparation for the upcoming release of these projects. I was shocked by the answer: nothing. So when I came to that office in July 2010, I knew I had to put a plan together. I immediately went to work to put together that plan on behalf of our community, particularly West Long Beach. I sponsored a resolution demanding analysis of a new type of goods movement, moving goods without polluting our communities. Yesterday, we heard the answer to that request. The answer was pretty clear: no. Would the near-dock facilities transition to a future where they would not pollute our communities? No. Would we move to truly green growth? No. Instead, we got more of the same. 5,500 more trucks every day driving by West Long Beach neighborhoods, many of them the same dirty diesel trucks that we've seen for years and years. That's not the improvement we want to see in our neighborhoods. That's not green growth. Significant air quality impacts to an area that already needs relief. That's what we see in the proposal. You know, neighbors, this is not the green growth we've been asking for. This is not the growth that brings good jobs to our neighborhoods and regional economic benefits while benefiting local neighborhoods. This is the same dirty growth that has caused the problems in the first place. So let's let them know we're opposed to this project, and let them know the time for green growth is not tomorrow, but today. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Good afternoon, everybody. Well, it's a privilege to be here. You know, I took some time the other night and attended the event that was hosted where the doctor, I believe he is, from UCLA study, made his presentation, and it was amazing to me to hear all of the new data that they have acquired over the last 12 years. When I was an activist, before I went into the political arena, we were fighting the growth of the Long Beach Airport. And so we did the environmental studies on that and how that impacted, you know, the health of the people that lived around it and that were, you know, that had to live under it, I should say. And at that time, they were just realizing the 2.5 particulate matter. And what the gentleman the other night was sharing was now it's down to 0.1, and talking about it being at the cellular level, and talking about it about having neurological impacts. So they really don't know just how far this is going to go. But the bottom line is that it negatively impacts every single one of us, from West Long Beach all the way to Riverside. And so I think it is absolutely mandatory that we as a city council, with your city councilman, James Johnson, and the rest of the city council, that we stand up and say, you know, growth, we understand that growth is something that we have to live with, but there's a right way to do it and there's a wrong way to do it. And if it's going to negatively impact the citizens of this community, then I think we have to stand against it. So I'm proud to be here today to help you in that march, but I encourage you to tell your friends, your family, make sure that when it comes before the City Council, whether it be in the City of Los Angeles or if before their board, before their harbor board or before the Port of Long Beach, or well, this won't come before the Port of Long Beach. But you certainly do have a right to come before your City Council and ask that we take a position and support the negative impacts that you are going to realize if this project is allowed to go through. So please do that. Your voice is important. Your presence is even more important.
On the west side, right by Uranga Park, right there on Adriatic. That's where my kids were born, and that's where we lived for the first few years of their young lives. They're now adults, but they still have to carry around an inhaler because the air quality, they're still suffering from it from growing up here. I live in the Wrigley area, just on the other side of the freeway, but I'm affected by the quality of the air that I breathe that comes from this side. So we're all affected by what's taking place. My wife, Tonya, was on the AQMD board, the Air Quality Management District. She fought very hard to keep the quality of the air clean in the west side. She was the one that fought to have monitors placed at Hudson Elementary School so that the quality of the air could be monitored, so that if the quality of air was bad on any certain day, the kids would stay indoors and not be outside and breathing horrible air and all the particulate matter that's floating around outside. There was a great educational workshop that was provided by the West Long Beach Association on Thursday night. I don't know if it was videotaped, but it was a very good program for you to learn about the science of what's taking place around you and the quality of the air that you're breathing. So if you have an opportunity, get a hold of John, who is the president of the West Long Beach Association, and he can direct you as to how to access that presentation, because it was a bit technical, but it was very informative, and it really gave you the science about the quality of the air that you breathe. And with that, I want to thank you for